Hello, Africa. This is Business Africa. It's right here on Africanews. And I am Ignatius Ano, out of stories. Adverse weather conditions and low mineral prices force Zambia to cut 2019 economic growth forecast. Ethiopia leads East African nations in foreign direct investment with $7 billion. And a little later, we meet budding artists in the Republic of Congo, moonlighting to keep their music alive. Thank you for joining me. Adverse weather conditions have affected crop production and stifled power generation in Zambia. Thus, President Edgar Lungu has cut the country's 2019 economic growth forecast. The Southern African nation is also struggling with high debt levels. Foreign currency reserves are down, and the International Monetary Fund says growth is likely to remain subdued over the medium term. The Breton Wood institution sees a 2% growth this year from an initial projection of 4%. In an address to Parliament, President Lungu said Zambia would endeavour to tackle domestic arrears and maintain debt within sustainable levels. The Southern African nation's debt rose to $10.5 billion at the end of last year, compared with $8.74 billion a year earlier. This raises fears that Africa's second largest copper producer is headed for a debt crisis. But with other sources of electricity production, could this have been prevented? And how hard will this bite Zambians? Chibamba Kanyama is a Lusaka-based economist, and he joins us via Skype. So how did Africa's second largest copper producer get here, and what have managers of the economy missed?
The mining companies have been contributing in terms of taxes and corporate social responsibility. However, the problems of the copper mining industry started prior to the privatization that took place in 1997 and later in 2001. What has gone wrong has been a question of mistrust between the copper mining companies and the Zambian government. Copper mining industries feeling like the taxation levels have been about uncertainty, which have affected the level of investment in long term. The value-added taxes have not been refunded to them in terms of refunds, whereas government feels all whatever is paid in mineral royalties is surrendered back to the mining companies at the end of the year due to VAT refunds.
Now, Zambia has a power deficit of around 700 megawatts, and currently the country is experiencing a power rationing program due to low water levels. How will a cut in growth forecast impact on local businesses and the economy?
Debt servicing is about 40% of the government revenues, and because of that, our capacity to import extra energy is limited because it requires huge reserves. Our reserves are just about $1.4 billion, barely about a month cover of imports. The output from industry will be affected significantly because we have most companies, industries, operating at below capacity because employees have to report at awkward hours, which is not very conducive for them to meet the timelines of power outages. Once you reach a 2 growth rate, you also know that it impacts on possible revenues by government. It leads to higher deficits, and higher deficits impact on credit rating, making it very, very difficult for Zambia to supplement its further budgets by borrowing again. The Bank of Zambia recently warned that if inflation levels continue to rise, which we're already witnessing today, almost going double-digit figures, they will have no choice but to increase the monetary policy ratios of interest rates they did 2 months ago, and this will further hurt the economy.
Now, the government is bent on delaying some projects and cutting down on expenditure. What should be the focus in the medium to long term to drive its economy?
The first one is to continue on the path of austerity which will have a huge and significant impact on the social sector, but the mindset of all citizens should be adequately prepared for the hard times to come. We need concessional loans right now so that we can repay. On one hand, we need to repay, restructure these non-concessional loans and come out of the kind of near debt stress we are approaching today. And at the same time, we should be able to get that money to beef up our balance of payments. But it requires very sound, robust negotiations. It requires government to clean up its books wherever there could be some concerns by the International Monetary Fund as the blockade for that possible negotiation.
Thank you, Mr. Kanyama.
Thank you.
Chibamba Kanyama is an economist based in Lusaka, Zambia. You're watching Business Africa, and we'll be right back.